It's me, Cyrus.
Good day, Mercedes. Cyrus Albright, here to browse the special archives.
Oh, Professor Albright. You're looking quite eager today.
Everyone has the hots for him. Everyone. We're gonna meet the king and he's gonna be hitting on Cyrus.
Well, okay, so imagine sort of I don't know how old he is, maybe he's in his 30s, sort of youngish, dashing, scholarly type, well-versed in histories and ancient lore, and
I mean,
the
way everyone talks to him, it feels like
he has
blouses are just gonna start
he had
flying.
a British accent that you haven't really been using.
I mean, I could try going more Britishy. When I heard that an original copy of the Church of the Flame, a complete history, had been donated to our archives, I simply had to be the first to see it.
I see. You're more on top of our collection than I am. Just sign here.
With pleasure.
Is something amiss?
Actually, for someone known to be the most brilliant mind in the Royal Academy. When you talk about books, you're as giddy as a schoolboy.
When you put it that way, yes, much as a child is fascinated by a new toy. I am titillated by the prospect of acquiring new knowledge.
I see. Right. The expression on your face says it all. Anyway, everything seems to be in order. Enjoy your quest for knowledge, Professor.
Many thanks.
Many thanks, dear. I most certainly will. We just get down there and the king's like naked in a pile of books with like a tasteful book over his like.
We here.
How odd! The tome is nowhere to be found.
All those books look suspiciously in the same places.
Did someone happen to copy these bookshelves? Did someone return it to the wrong shelf? Not here either.
An interesting dilemma.
These archives are strictly guarded and curated. Wherever could it have gone?
Professor Albright! Professor Albright, the headmaster would see you at once. Blah, blah, blah. The master would see you at once. Oh well.
Of all the times to, oh well. Might I ask you a favor?
What might that be?
The truth is...
The tome I mentioned before seems to have gone missing. Could you locate it for me?
I see. Missing? Ah, I'll begin looking for it at once, Professor.
Many thanks.
Many thanks, my dear.
Cyrus Albright, by your request, sir.
Do enter.
Oh no, the headmaster sounds like a villain.
My apologies for summoning you on such short notice.
How might I be of assistance, Headmaster?
That treatise on arcane studies you published. What in the gods' names were you thinking?
Sir? I do believe I made my hypothesis perfectly clear.
I'm not talking about your hypothesis. You went out of your way to cite one of the texts in our special archives. The knowledge housed in those tomes is the Royal Academy's greatest treasure. It is not to be divulged to the public at your whim. Laying it bare in one of your silly papers is out of the question.
I am fully aware of the value of those tomes, Headmaster. It is for that very reason I would share the knowledge with my peers.
You are to share nothing! That wisdom is for the Academy and the Academy alone.
But that goes against everything.
Enough, Cyrus!
Even my best argument is sure to fall on deaf ears. The Headmaster sees knowledge as a medal or precious stone, something to be appreciated by its rightful owner alone. Knowledge is power, and power is to be hoarded. An unfortunate attitude, indeed. My sincere apologies, Headmaster. It won't happen again. Is there anything else you need of me?
That is all. You may go. Wait, there was one last thing.
Sir?
I heard the Special Archives will be closing early today. If you have research to do there, I would do so quickly.
Good gods. It's as if he enjoys watching me suffer. Thank you for your concern, Headmaster. In that case, I'll be on my way.
Who's that weird lady standing in the back?
Enter.
Excuse me.
Huh. Is this... Do you think it's Therese?
Might be.
Headmaster?
What's the matter?
Yes, what is it, Therese?
Hmm. It's about Professor Albright, sir.
Is she framing him?
Is she gonna do something weird where she's gonna accuse him of preying on the princess or something? I mean, what else could it be?
Can I help you?
Ah, Professor Albright.
A moment of your time.
Did you have any luck finding the tome?
My apologies.
I'm afraid not.
Say it is not so.
Well, this is most unfortunate. One might conclude it had been stolen.
Actually,
Professor, taking books out from these archives is strictly forbidden. And as you know, the keys to the vault are entrusted to only a select few. Quite honestly, it would be easier to steal the crown off the king's head.
Aho!
An impregnable vault, a disappearing tome. Oh, it would seem we have quite the mystery on our hands. And the mysteries of the world are meant to be solved. Or, so the scholar in me says, would you not agree?
If it had been stolen, I would say it's a job for the city guard. But I can see you won't let it go until you've cracked the case, as it were. Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Indeed.
You could say that indeed. A habit I can't seem to break. Once a puzzle is placed before me, I simply cannot rest until I've worked out a solution.
I see.
Well, far be it from me to stand in your way. It must be tough being a genius.
Leave it to me.
I'll not deny it. Worry not. The tome will be back on the shelf before you can bat an eyelash.
Or to have.
Take care.
Right, thanks. Best of luck in your research.
Take me, Professor!
Time to do some
And the
research.
game is afoot.
He's definitely going all Sherlock Holmes.
Now, where to begin my research? I suppose I should inquire with Mercedes as to where the keys to the library are stored.
We were just talking with her.
The guard at the front door would know who's been frequenting the library lately, as might my fellow scholars. Then, mayhap, I should pay the headmaster a visit as well.
Detective work.
Yep. So he can scrutinize. Scrutinize! Let's see now. Age 41, testimony, of course. Of course, I got a key to the archives, and no, I wasn't sleeping, I was resting my eyes, is all. But even if I was sleeping, what would it matter? What kind of fool would bother stealing a worthless tome anyway? Most intriguing.
So the guard had been potentially sleeping at one point.
Once in charge of protecting the king, this guard suffered a serious leg injury and was since transferred to a calmer post inside the grounds. Though the injury healed long ago, he hasn't mentioned it to anyone and enjoys the serenity of his new post.
Aw. That's a nice guy.
Wait, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. So
Just
I can
finds
just
magic.
scrutinize everybody and it'll just show us where stuff is. No item or individual that passes through the palace gates escapes the guard's notice. Rumor has it, however, that his dedication is not rooted in any sort of loyalty. It was rather born of the desire to perpetuate and protect his own unscrupulous business of selling trinkets to collectors of royal mementos.
Let's hope one of those royal mementos wasn't a tome.
Oh, it's up there. The interesting thing is I stole a bunch of stuff from him. Just like everybody else. So,
Oh yeah,
you know
who
how
is
you,
that lady?
you know how you always want to talk to everybody?
Yes.
We finally have a situation where I'm willing to do so.
Yay. Did you notice he did the whoa?
Yes, he does.
Age 65. Born and raised in Atlasdam, this old widow now visits this place every day in memory of her late husband. Even after she passes, she wishes to be by her husband's side, just like the relief of the king and queen in the Academy's library.
So by talking to these characters
We get lore
and items, most of it's useless,
and
but
information.
some of it's not. I don't know where the hidden item is.
Didn't you notice most of the
There it
people
is.
here are living into their 40s and 60s? They're doing pretty well for a
Oh.
medieval kingdom.
I bet that's the dungeon that we're supposed to go into, actually. Maybe? Maybe not.
I mean, maybe those planks of wood get taken off at some point.
Cyrus has a long intro.
That's because it's an investigation.
Okay.
Why don't you talk to these other people? Are you sure that's not like
I
a
can't.
prince or someone
Notice how they don't have ... above their head?
else?
I actually can't interact with them. You know full well I have a key to the special archives, and I would never be so foolish as to let it fall in the wrong hands. In any event, I have no reason to peruse those tomes in quite some time.
But where is the woman?
He has the key, this is
She's
true.
vanished.
But the dust gathered on it, something or other. It was actually like a little update in
Oh,
the...
so his key had dust all over it, so he hasn't used his key recently, is what it was saying. Not checking any of the other rooms?
Nope, there's nobody in them.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Remember, I've been through these rooms before. I know where the NPCs are.
I was in the middle of yawning myself.
We are
Wait,
sleepy.
is that the mysterious woman?
Let's see now. Russell.
Oh no, it's the guy.
The key to the archives. Oh, I haven't got that. But I'm not surprised someone stole a tome, considering what they're worth. I've gambling debts myself, so I understand the temptation.
Ah, she's only 21? I was making her sound much older. Well, now I know. Only Headmaster Yvonne and the guards stationed outside would have a key to the library archives. Oh.
Splendid.
That should be all the information I need to solve the case. The headmaster and the guard have all the keys.
But of course.
Of course, it all makes sense now. There are only 2 keys to the archives, one belonging to the headmaster and one to the guardsman. And it was the guard's key.
Mm-hmm.
The headmaster's key is safely locked away in his office. Furthermore, he hasn't visited the archives today. On the other hand, the guard has been acting suspiciously of late, even sleeping while on active duty.
Oh.
It would be all too easy to lift the key off of his person. So, is it possible that the guard is our man?
No.
No, he would have no motive. The culprit must be someone who understands the true value of the tome. Which is to say, one of my colleagues. And most likely, one who has accrued a frightful gambling debt.
Which means that...
Put it all together, and our villain is the princess.
Russell.
Indubitably, that shifty scholar, Russell. Yes, I dare say my logic is foolproof. I mean, you literally jumped to a conclusion there, but sure.
Shall we begin?
Now all that remains is to find our man and make him confess to the crime.
Come along now, my dear Watson. Really does sound like a case.
Word has it, he's been doing his research underground these days.
Oh, that's where the underground cave comes up.
Yep, called it.
It's opened up.
Now
I think it's time I did some field work of my own. And so I have taken upon myself to investigate the suspicious scholar. Interested in coming along, are you? It seems you have quite the curious streak yourself. But of course, mysteries only exist to be solved, after all. It is of utmost importance to remember that. But there I go again. Don't let me talk your ear off. But I would be glad for your help. Let's get right to business then. No doubt we'll find Russell in his laboratory down below. Okay, so before we do anything, we actually want to go get Ophelia back very temporarily. I gotta go raid her for equipment. Because why have multiple gear sets when you just have set you? Okay, so we want to change party. Switch her up for Haunted, probably.
So are you going to be equipping Cyrus with all of Ophelia's equipment, or how is that
Yeah,
going?
probably. Oh. Unequip ball.
People are talking about their pets in chat. We don't have pets, so we go look at the pet store pets and other people's pets.
Yeah, we went to go look at guinea pigs today.
Guinea pigs are fun.
They are fun.
At least they're not like the hamsters. You know how the hamsters are always perpetually sleeping.
Actually, if you want to swap gear, you can use the equip screen in the tavern. Oh, that'll let you change equipment without having to change party. That's helpful to know, actually. Well, unfortunately, now we have to do the everybody's favorite mild grind, so Cyrus doesn't get his butt kicked by everything. The other thing I should probably do is check skills.
Well, everything in the
before going
cave
anywhere.
should be okay for him, right? That's where he would start to begin with.
Yeah. Grant a BP to a single enemy, dodge an attack. Okay, might summon somebody. Let's go with the hit everybody win skill. Unfortunately, this might have to be one of those situations where you take control for
There's
at least a
this
little
cave
while.
under the castle.
Apparently so. Kinda shifty suspicious, if you ask me.
Oh.
Stand
Especially
aside
when there's
against me,
undead under here.
then be hunted.
Can you look at the skeletons and then I assume it's like flame and water elementals or something.
Ambling Bones, Ice Wisp.
So it's like an ice and
Fire
a fire
wisp.
wisp. Yeah, there's
Oh.
literally undead and elemental things under here.
So the ice, by having Cyrus in the party, we just know one of their weaknesses.
Uh-huh.
What next?
Let's see, so who's Wander's starting character? My starting character is Therian.
It's my turn now.
Okay, try Trade Tempest.
The winds
Because she can actually give herself spells. Okay, so we have Firewall, Ice Wind. Oh, that's why this guy's pretty good. So Cyrus can cast multiple elements spells and what
letting the hunt
of spells. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, Summon Beast, Land. But yeah, so my starter's the Thief. I figured he'd be a fun character to start with. We got a lot of items and whatnot. That was not worth it. Well, whatever. Merchant skills, give me that money.
Thank you.
Probably, yeah, not that much.
What is the logical course of action?
Ice Wind.
Oh, ice.
Oh, that's it. That's the hit everybody moves.
I will not be thy prey.
Okay.
Let's do this.
I wonder if there's better ways to get
Sort of sad the guy looks like he's wearing bell bottoms.
what the
Skeleton.
I mean, he's a disco skeleton.
I miss bell bottoms. I think I had a couple pairs when I was a kid. I think they sort of fell out of style before the 2000s hit.
I had one bell-ish bottom.
Really? A guy's bell bottom?
Yeah. They were hand-me-downs from my older cousin. Back in the day.
So they were probably from the 80s.
You can rearrange your formation, but you can't take your starter out of the party. Ever, or just in the beginning?
Huh. I didn't know that there was even a concept of a starter character.
Yeah, that's a weird choice.
That'd be like saying, you could never take your Charmander out of your party.
Letting us
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
most people
weird.
keep their starter with them throughout Pokemon anyway.
Here I go.
Okay. Great Tempest.
Oh, hey, it's more of those traps.
Yep. Let's see. I don't have anything against that guy, so I guess I'll just start going for these.
Letting my arrow
I don't really know who I want our party to be. Honestly. Because, like, eventually we are going to have to decide on what our permanent party is going to be. Mm-hmm. Cyrus is high on the list. Tressa is kind of high on the list. Fireball. I can always give him more SP freely. It looks like... Oh, wait, no, he's just leveling fast. That's how we're getting the extra SP. Let's see. Give me SP. Probably not actually going to get him much. Oh, nope. Tops him off. Well, sort of. Gets close. Cyrus, Ophelia, Hunnet, and... whatever the knight's name. That's, Ulberich. Let's see. I guess I could try... sword on that? Ah! Or, not sword, bow. So the traps are actually very weak to a lot of physical attacks. Oh, he's gonna level up again.
Oh, nice. I wiped him out.
Not bad. A passing grade.
My guess is you can only take your starter out when you finish their storyline. That is such a confusing choice. I mean, honestly, I can always switch...
I mean, is your starter's story the main story?
No.
No?
Not really, because, like, you can start with anybody. There's literally, like, no reason to, There's no reason, Huh. I don't know.
Come on,
I've got better things to do.
I'll have to see what happens when we start changing
Out of my
classes, too, because that's another thing that we can do.
I suppose now that you think about it, or that I think about it, these probably could be guards or precautions that the one scholar set up to ensure that people wouldn't find his study. I could sort of see the dude dabbling in elemental magic and necromancy.
No, I can see that.
Because I was just wondering, what other explanation would you have for skeletons to exist beneath the castle?
Come in, if thou darest.
Or this is just one of those really lazy kingdoms that just randomly has like a bunch of horrible monsters kind of in the general area. What game was that? Skills, DLSP. DLSP.
I appreciate it.
There we go. I was playing a game semi-recently, and it was just like, here's your regular kingdom, and to the right are the ultra-hard monsters. Oh, Ni no Kuni. Remember how you just like went up a hill and there was like the level 60-something dragon that just like kicked our butt?
Yep. You're not supposed to approach them. You're supposed to avoid them at all costs.
That was confusing. I might switch out... Well, no. I don't think I'm going to switch out Honnet. She's amazing for taking out Kate's. I guess it really just depends on, Now, can I switch to sword? Can I do... No, Steel SP only works... Yeah, it works as only a dagger skill. That's interesting. Yeah, I guess it just kind of depends, how... Oh shit, dude. No, we didn't already kill the trap. I was confused about that. Okay, well...
Yeah, it looks like it has one defense left or whatnot.
Yeah. To some degree, I'm trying to get rid of the shields, but I also know it's not quick with this setup. Yeah, what we might want to do is venture out into the second tier. Ow! Venture out into the second tier at some point and see what I can, There's nothing. Maybe we switch Honnet out for Ophelia.
It would be nice to have a healer in the team.
Yeah, we don't have a healer. Oh, we're over here. Yeah, let's go grab Ophelia. Most of these guys are weak to light.
Wait, but that means we're gonna have to fight everyone again. I don't want to.
It's fine, Shell. It's fine. We're not going to be going for those treasure chests. And if you notice, we only had to fight like a thing here.
Open for business.
I just know being able to use the light spell on these guys would be kind of nice. Because like half my moves don't even do anything to them.
Oh, what's purple? Is that shadow?
Yeah, that's dark spells, which we haven't found that yet. Archon skills collect. Nope. But then again, she's got like Trade Tempest, so. He's lower. Well, I guess if we're going to be taking Honnet out of the party very temporarily, we might as well just use that move. That move is great if the enemies are weak to it. Ice Wind. There we go.
Now, what next?
I guess more ice. There we go.
Yay!
Oh, I never ate my leftovers today. That's why I'm so hungry.
I didn't either.
We'll have to. Maybe we'll just finish up Cyrus's story and then just go devour things.
And get some sleep.
I'm always going to keep Tressa in the party, though. She's just got us 420 coins. Like, that's...
From the enemies?
No!
From walking?
Just walking around.
I'm just imagining her being one of those...
I wish we'd started with her.
People that picks up every penny, dime, and nickel they find on the street. Do you know what's sad? I pass up on pennies a lot.
You could have,
And some...
like, actual dollars.
Huh?
You
No,
could
I know.
actually have some money if you,
If I don't pass up on all the pennies?
Yeah.
The interesting thing is, for some reason, I don't know if it's instilled or what, but I always make a mental note of whether it's a heads up or a tails up. And the heads up ones are always more enticing because of the quote unquote good luck penny.
Oh, she has a new support skill.
And then you check to see if the pennies were made before the 60s, because then they actually have more copper in them.